What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Big Kev. I just wanted to come back with a very short video, and this is from my actual cell phone this time. So the video is going to be a little bit grainy, but I just wanted to talk about something. I want to discuss something in passing with you guys. So follow me down this little journey and down this conversation rabbit hole, if you will, and in the comment section, let me know what you think. The title of this one is going to be called How to Know If You've Been Conquered. Now, the reason I say this is because when you see lands become conquered, like we haven't really heard a lot about conquering lands, pillaging and stuff since the history books. But truth be told, it's still going on today. Still going on today. Lands are being conquered. What do you think these wars are over? It's all over land. The thing that we need to understand is, in America, our true history, we don't even have. Especially as us so-called black people and Latino, Mexican, Indians, Native Americans, what you want to call them. We don't have our true past, our true history. A lot of our history has been kept from us, made secret, locked away, or burnt up. And we were given a history. We were given stories about a history that may have been true, may not have been true, but what responsibility would the conqueror have to the conquered to give you your truth? That's one way to know that you have been conquered. You are the conquered. Number two, when you're forced to learn to read and write and speak their language, the language of the conqueror, the conquered are forced to learn and adopt their language, their writing, their way of speaking. And your former tongue is done away with. That's another way to know that you've been conquered. Number three, you are made to salute and show homage to their flag, which represents their conquering you. And your saluting signifies your allegiance, continued allegiance, and the fact that you still are waving the white flag of surrender when I show and pay homage to the conqueror's flag. I wonder, do I disrespect my ancestors whose blood was shed, and that flag is a symbol of their death? The same way people get all emotional about the Confederate flag, and they just huff and puff about that American flag. You know how many deaths, how much blood is in the flag that some of us wear on t-shirts? Some of our comic characters have this flag on, but so much death has come as a result of that flag. Man, that's another way to know that you're conquered. Another way to know that you're conquered, it's number 4. You will never be allowed to rise above your master. That's real. In a situation where you have been the conquered, the conqueror will never allow you to rise above him in his kingdom. It just can't happen. I'll let you get up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let the other people have hope, and they'll be tame if they see one of their own kind of sort of up here with the rest of us, but you'll never be allowed to be on the same level as your masters, as those who conquered you. Yes. Another way, I'm going to say number five. The fifth way to know that you're the conquered, that you've been conquered, is the schemes and the tactics that still go on throughout the time that you're being occupied. They still are designing, fabricating, building, masterminding ways, tactics, methods, ideologies, programming, drugs, foods, anything that they can do to continue to wipe out the conquered. Continues to go on. You wonder why there's the most sickness in America? You ever wonder why there's the most pharmaceuticals and the most jails and everything like that? Because this land has been occupied by a foreign power that is forcing their lifestyles, their judgments, their laws, their way of life on us, and making us have to adapt, and align and show allegiance to their tyranny. You know what I'm talking about. They're still scheming. They're still planning. They're still putting stuff in the food. They're still putting things in the water. They're still polluting the air. They're still polluting and trying to make the land not be able to be farmed around us. They're still not letting some people have access to even a land to be able to have their own land and be separate from their world systems. They're still making it hard for you to be able to have a lifestyle outside of them. They're still polluting our seas. They're still doing all. That's a foreign occupying force. But we are not aware that we are the conquered. They've given us a scenario. You're African Americans, and we just, well, I'm sorry, I did the wrong sentence. I did eat, but we just drank the Kool-Aid, you guys. We just believed it. Oh, we were taken from Africa, and and the Africans like, no, you are not. You are not from here. You are not here from here. Go back home. You are from there, nigga. They have to tell us. And then we feel so rejected. Like, why would you not want to own us, black man? You're black too. He's like, no, we're not the same. Go back home. And we feel like so disconnected, but not. It's so crazy, man, to have someone come into your own home, take the keys, kick you out, allow you to stay on the front yard, and you forget from the whole beginning that it was your house to begin with. It was your home to begin with. The land was yours. The house was yours. The porch was yours. The car was yours. The driveway, everything was yours. The neighborhood, the block, the city, it was all yours. Now they've got you so used to staying out in the plantation fields and out in the slave fields at their jobs and in their apartment complex, in the projects. They've gotten you so used to staying in the outhouses of our societies, not realizing that they're taking all the best. You can never rise above them. Settle for the scraps. The same thing. We look at 100, 200 years ago when slavery was a big thing. We look at it as such a terrible thing, but then curse people like Kanye West when he says slavery is a choice. And we're still choosing to be slaves now because we don't realize the game. We don't realize, damn, we've been conquered. So much so we don't even know our history. We're allowing things like Ancestry.com to try to tell us some lies about the same shit. You from Africa. They tell you everything except you're native to this land. The reason they're not going to tell you that is because you're going to start rising up again. So they have to keep you disillusioned, misinformed, and keep pinning us against each other so that we never rise up and say, wait a minute, this is a foreign power making us show homage to them, making us learn their language and speak their language, making us submit to their authorities, making us submit to their laws, making us to work in their slave fields and their companies to make them rich while we suffer to make it through week after week after week. Come on, you guys. This is how you know that you've been conquered. This is how you know that you have an alien, unnatural, just a foreign power that is occupying your land. So much so that you will go fighting for Israel's, not realizing the same shit that they doing to us over here that Israel's doing to them over there. Occupying the land that ain't yours, forcing these people to show allegiance, and then showing that you have the divine right to it, that God placed you here. Oh my gosh, man, we gotta wake up, man. We've been conquered, you guys. But tides are changing. Tides are changing. People are waking up to their power, and they're waking up to who they are, and it's not coming through their history books. Why would you ever expect for your conqueror to give you the truth about who you really are? It's like I might as well give you knives, sword, blades, guns, and everything else, because you're going to want to destroy me if I give you your truth. If I give you the truth that we came and stole all this land from you, we lied to you, we made treaties with you and told you that we were gonna, if you showed us how to farm, and if you farm for us for such amount of time, we give you such and such land. And we lied to you over and over and over again. We slaughtered so many of your people. And then on top of that, we sent you in schools where we fed you a history that was not your own. We programmed it into you and made you feel like you were a failure if you flunked out of our schools, if you didn't show that you were completely programmed enough to pass my test, to show that you were completely programmed, brainwashing, you knew nothing of your former roots. Then you're made to feel like a failure, an outcast. This is how you know you are conquered. So what do we do, you guys? As the conquered, we have an occupying force that is not going, your protests mean nothing to an occupying force. Your protests where you're walking up and down peacefully down a street mean nothing to an occupying force. But you see, we don't have the ability to think outside of slave thinking, because we don't even understand that we're still slaves. We're still on plantations. We're still working to make Massa rich. Massa will still not ever let us rise above him, because this is his kingdom. He's built it and stole our kingdom from us after we worked these lands and showed them peace and showed them welcome. And we bid them peace as they came, and we welcomed them in. And they came in with swords in one hand, Bibles and religion in the other, saying they had divine right to this land. And anyone that opposed them, they cut them down. Tortured, maimed, raped, pillaged, plundered, all of it. And now we are the conquered that are so brainwashed we don't realize we're conquered. It's time to wake up! Wake up! Wake up! It's time to wake up and understand what we need to do as a people, as a nation of people, of conquered individuals who don't know they're conquered, but just learned today that, damn, I'm conquered. We've been conquered. What does that mean we ought to do? I dare tell you, go watch movies like Braveheart again. Go back and watch Braveheart. Go back and watch Birth of a Nation. No true peace in any part of history. No true peace was ever won by people protesting. I'm sorry. Without true bloodshed, Malcolm X, I understand, without bloodshed, there can be no true peace. So what does that mean? Some of us are so fearful, but we don't understand the same attitude, the same mentality people had on the slave fields. Oh, we can't rise up against master. He's too strong. They got whips. They got guns. We can't. The same thing now. Man, they got guns, man. They got this, that, and other. But if you understood the abilities and the powers within our own bodies, oh, man, I'm starting to understand why they fear us. Why, when the police are called, 20 of them show up when they found that it's a man of color, a woman of color, a Latino, Mexican. It's 20, 30 of them motherfuckers show up just for one man. And it could be the simplest thing, like, you know, it was a misunderstanding. He thought I stole something, but I already paid for it. And they shooting you down dead. They don't want to give you opportunity to awaken, to ascend right in front of them. Then we can't do nothing with it. Our guns are useless against this motherfucker because they don't penetrate his skin. You never seen the fear in these motherfuckers' eyes when they see a black man that has any knowledge of himself? First of all, they understand that your mouth is like a sword. When you wake up and you start using your mouth and your ability and your power to speak to the nations, and you start using the power within your tongue to awaken the people, and it ain't about money, it ain't about fame, it ain't about likes, it ain't about clicks. Man, we can't control this motherfucker. This motherfucker is speaking and waking up the spirit, the warrior spirit in the people. There's just, they rumbling now. We got to shut this motherfucker. Next thing you know, somebody else is randomly dead. They kill off everybody who tries to awaken the warrior spirit in our people. The warrior spirit to wake up. Quit looking for pie in the sky, man. Life is passing you by and you working in the slave field, working your good days, your good years away. All while making master richer and richer, while you struggle week after week after week just to get by. Trying to live like Massa. Trying to have your yard just like Massa's across the street, you know. Trying to paint your house and put pillars in the house and decorate it just like Massa so that you get some respect amongst other black people that come that ain't got as much as you. Oh, man, guys. How to know if you're conquered. Hey, man. I don't know where this came from, but I was just thinking, and I just hope that this video wakes you up. It's just that much more important for you to realize why we have to wake up to who we truly are, our power and ability within ourselves, and the God within us. Like a God within you, more than just like the idea of a God up there in me, but no, there's a God in me, like really in me. And if my body gets in alignment with that God, there's going to be some transformations that happen in this body that they fear. There's going to be some awakenings and some quickenings and some transformations and transfigurations that happen that make their weapons worth nothing. The aliens that they're fearing, waking up to their true power and potential, who you think that is? Y'all looking for something coming in the sky, when the true ascension and the true awakening and the true invasion that they're worried about is you motherfuckers. Why you think all of Alien versus Predator people got dreads and this, that, and other? Because it's you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers that they're worried about waking up and having all these damn gadgets just come out their own body. You're the spawn. You're the one with all the damn power and stuff right within your own self. You're looking for weapons and gadgets and guns and stuff that the enemy has. You want weapons like the enemy, when the enemy, these weapons aren't anything compared to yours, because yours are spiritual. You can Green Lantern imagine shit out of oh man, trying to convince somebody they're a superhero when they've been told all their life they're a bum. You're a has-been, you're a nobody, you're a slave, you're a worker, you're an employee, you're a graduate, you're all these different things except a God. It's time we start thinking of ourselves differently than what we've been programmed. Because what has the programming got you? What has it gotten you? It's got me saved. I'm saved and sanctified. Oh, saved from? Bro, what has it saved you from? You still pay taxes. You still work in the slave field. You still pay bills for stuff that should be free. You still pay just to eat, when nature, you see none of that in nature. So that lets you know what if you see none of that in nature, that lets you know that everything that's happening to us now is unnatural. It's not natural. It's non-organic. And all of us feel it. We loathe going to work. And if you love going to work, probably just because You part of the system too. You part of it too. You're part of the problem. You're part of the the folks that's infiltrating to keep us sedated. Hey man, you should love the job. Man, we love having you here, man. You should do. Man, shut up, man. I don't want to work for you. I'm not cool with this shit. We gotta wake up, you guys. The nation's counting on us. The world is counting on us. They conquered us and made a mockery of us and our abilities, and they make movies about us, but tell us, oh, that ain't you. How to know you're conquered.